Hey, welcome to the Backwoods Gourmet. Today I got my gardening hat on. I'm going to show you how I'm setting up my container garden here at the studio, and we're going to show you what we're growing over there, and then later on in the video we're going to cook up my special green bean recipe that's based on my grandma's recipe from like 80 years ago. So y'all stay tuned. Alright, so giving y'all the tour of the studio garden here. There's basil going right there. That comes up every year. Volunteer, you know, from the seed from last year. That's my perennial rosemary plant. I use that a lot, guys, a lot. Take 4 sprigs of that, lay it under 2 chicken quarters, put them in the Dutch oven. That aromatics just bleed through everything, makes it so much better. And then right here is our current container garden. Now, we don't use those cheesy little wooden things down here in Florida. It's too tropical. They just rot away. I don't like my soil in contact with pressure treated lumber, which is the only thing that'll last here. So that's got a lot of chemicals in it I don't really care for. So this one here we just turned over that had zucchini in it this year. We ate so many zucchini that we're tired of them. I just ate like the last of them last night. Here is my current green bean patch. It's working on its 3rd crop of green beans right now. I've already probably picked 20 pounds of green beans off of this one patch, and you can see some of them in there. Take you in close. So as usual, I'm going to tell you everything you need to do this. First, you're going to need something to get it up off the ground so it'll drain properly. I had these big old 8x8 cutoffs that were left over from the barn we built over there. Still in great shape, but if you don't have those, 4 regular cinder blocks, concrete blocks, end to end with the holes facing up. Okay, holes facing up in place of those, right? Second thing you're going to need, the container itself. You're going to need a drill and a step bit, just like this one right here. Works the best, I've found. Okay. Next thing you're going to need something that provides the drainage at the bottom, and I'll have 4 bags of this Lowe's drain field rock. The cheapest stuff they have, whatever you find. If you got rocks laying around your yard, use them. But before we get into all that, let me show you how we prep this brand new Rubbermaid 100-gallon stock tank to be our planter. So this beautiful watertight tank, first thing we're going to do is take our step bit. We're going to drill down through there and put us about 1/2 inch, 3/8 hole right through the bottom. I already did most of these, just kind of showing you what we're doing. Next thing we're going to do, these tanks are not that heavy either, and most people, even old people like me. All right, so this is what it looks like with the 4 bags of the drain fill rock. So I got 4 wheelbarrow loads. Saved y'all all that labor of this in here right now. We got 1 more to go. And I've been watering it in every layer to help this compact down, because if you don't, it's going to sink on you big time. So the other thing we're going to put in there for this fresh mix is regular old Riddex. You can buy it at the grocery store, Walmart, wherever. But I'm going to leave this sit now probably about a week before I plant any seeds in it. Just let the fertilizer get a hold of it, and should be ready to plant. And hopefully it'll be just as successful as the other ones we got going here, especially the green beans. Man, they're beautiful. All right, so now let's get to that green bean recipe I talked about earlier in the video. Alright folks, here at camp, and today we're going to do this guy up. We're here at Crescent Fish Camp, one of our favorite places. I'll throw you some clips here. And we got some crab traps out and stuff like that, but it's getting close to dinner time. So we're going to go ahead and make up this green bean recipe, and this was my grandma's recipe. It's been modified slightly by me, but not too much, okay? That's starting out. Now, she used to use jowl bacon. We're using just regular old low sodium hickory smoked bacon, and I'm going to go ahead and we're going to, she used to leave it in pretty big chunks because it was jowl bacon, but we're going to go ahead and cut this up a little smaller, and not too small though. Jowl bacon I think is even better. It's getting hard to find these days. Alright, so bacon. Now let's get into this bag here. Alright, so sweet onion. Go ahead and clean this. We're not going to use this whole thing, by the way. Let's go ahead and get that one cleaned. Using my DALSTRONG Chrysalis knife. If you like to check out the entire line of DALSTRONG knives, and I tell you, they're really good, really good value, a really good quality knife for the price. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm not going to cut this terrible. I don't want it diced. I want you to still be able to know you're eating some onion when you're getting this. So about 1/4 inch dice, and maybe let's go ahead and use the rest of that. So half of a pretty large onion. Alright, and then this might be the surprise ingredient for a lot of y'all, but my grandma never cooked green beans without potatoes. And sometimes she'd use the little small new potatoes, you know, the red potatoes that when you dig them, they're a little too small to use for anything else. And they were awesome. Today we got some Florida Golds, and we're going to go ahead and dice them about the same as the onions. Quarter inch dice. But if you got them little baby reds, please use those little baby reds. So, other than the green beans, that's really all we need. And other than we got some cast iron sitting over here on the camp stove, we'll get that going next. So with every good cast iron dish, first thing going in here on Chef Cam, hope y'all are appreciating that point of view, is the bacon. Alright, that bacon's just starting to render. Go ahead and put in our onions and our potatoes. If you want to inquire about these Backwoods Gourmet cutting boards, like you see right here, spalted oak, inlaid with our logo. Shoot me up an email at backwoodsgourmetchannel@gmail.com. Just a little preface on that. A lot of people ask about the price. I'm pretty shocked. This wood is very, very rare and expensive that these are made out of. They're not some off-the-shelf. They're live edge, spalted oak slabs. We got some spalted oak maple ones coming, and they start at about $100. Okay.
just the wood itself is worth what I'm charging for the finished cutting board. Sell them all day. The slabs for $100. So we're gonna just start sauteing these down nice and easy to begin with here. Alright. And our green beans that we picked from the garden right there. And Mr. Z-Locks. So we want to get this mixture over here a good head start. Alright. This should look a little like this right here. The bacon's getting almost rendered. The potatoes are picking up a little color, and we got them, you know, very medium-low heat right now. And onions are starting to clarify. That's one. We're gonna go ahead, bring over our green bean. Make sure we got them in there. We're gonna bring some moisture to it. And you can see some of these are, this was like our last crop, so some of these are already ready to shell out. If you see any of those, just go ahead and shell them out. Grandma used to call them shellies. And right there is a shelly. About that many green beans in there. We'll keep let them saute a minute and start getting warmed up. So when they all start looking nice and blanched, we're going to go ahead and season them. Here I just got some salt, pepper, sea salt, black pepper, herb mix. Use your favorite. But they do need a bit of salt, especially with those potatoes in there. So I had brought some salt, just plain salt, but I didn't. So I'm gonna use this. Get that down in there. Now they're starting to cook. It's a very slow process here. And then I found these little quarter sticks of butter, which are perfect for camping. And so this is going to be 4 tablespoons of butter, half stick. We'll throw that baby right on top and let it melt down in there. So I gave that butter just a little time to start going. I'm going to turn the fire up to about medium high. Alright, so all the green beans are looking pretty blanched right now. Nice fond on the bottom of the skillet. So now we're going to go ahead and pour in about half a cup of water. That's going to do a couple things. Raise the fond, and 2, make some steam. The fond is going to make a beautiful sauce. It's bacon and oniony and all that. So we put a little bit in there to raise the fond up. And swirling that around with our tool. Alright, I'm going to let that come up to a bubble. I might give it, that looks about right actually. And then we're going to turn the fire back down. And we're going to put a lid on it. Just let it up. Now, about 10 minutes, let me adjust that fire down to really low. And 10 minutes, we're going to have some delicious green beans.